Hi, I am Brendan Fruin from the University of Maryland at College Park, and today I will be demoing NewsStand for iOS on the 4-inch iPhone Retina simulator running iOS 7. NewsStand is a system being developed at the University of Maryland under the direction of Professor Hanan Samet to enable searching for news using a map query interface. NewsStand clusters, geotags, and categorizes over 10,000 RSS feeds in 15 different languages. The news clusters are then retrievable by using a map interface. There is currently a web version of NewsStand along with apps for Android, iOS, and Windows Phone. When NewsStand for iOS is first opened, a map is displayed showing icons representing topics of news clusters, along with a tab bar above and a tab bar below the map. As the map window is updated, news clusters for the current window are retrieved and displayed at their corresponding location. The tab bar above the map allows for updating the current map viewing window. By selecting the Home button, the map is updated to show the user-specified home viewing window, which can be set by selecting the Settings button on the bottom tab bar. Selecting the Local button will update the map to the user's current location and will zoom out until it finds a news cluster. Selecting the World button will zoom the user out to a world view, while selecting Locate and entering a location will update the map to display a user-specified location. In the middle of the top tab bar, we see NewsStand, which denotes the current mode that we are in, along with the slider, which allows for modifying the number of map markers that are currently displayed. Selecting a map marker displays an info bubble with the selected location name along with the current headline. Selecting the info bubble displays a new page with the top headlines deemed relevant to the location. Selecting a headline displays more information for the selected headline, including a location reference, images, and videos. This article has 87 images, which we can view by selecting the See 87 Images button. This takes us to the grid of images extracted from this news cluster. Notice that many of the images are duplicates, which can be marked or removed. Selecting an image enlarges the image and displays the corresponding image caption. Swiping left, right, up, or down allows for quick browsing of the images in a grid fashion. Tapping an image displays the corresponding article where the image was found. Selecting the magnifying glass allows images to be viewed one at a time. Going back to the article, we see that it also has 12 videos, which can be viewed by selecting the See 12 Videos button. A video can be viewed by selecting its corresponding row.
Jack, you fall short of the 75% necessary to get into the Hall of Fame on your 15th and final year on the writer's ballot.
We will now return to the map and shift our focus to the bottom tab bar. The Info button gives information about the NewsStand system. The Search button filters the results by a keyword. For example, entering the word rebel will filter the results to only display articles that contain the word rebel. Notice that upon entering a keyword, a label appears at the bottom of the map showing you the current keyword, which can be removed by selecting the X button, which will refresh the map. Selecting the Settings button opens a page allowing the user to choose the current layer, set their home location, filter by topic, or by the number of images or number of videos. By default, the icon layer is selected, but this can be changed to display location, keyword, people, or disease references in a cluster. I will now change the layer to the disease layer and return to the map. The icon map markers that were displayed before are now replaced by disease names at their corresponding locations. Selecting a location will give a list of diseases and the headlines of the articles. Selecting a headline will show the information as we saw before, along with the disease mentioned in the article. I will now return to the map and switch back to the icon layer. The Sources button allows for filtering the articles by the source newsfeed, language, or country. Selecting the Sources button opens a new page showing the currently selected sources. By default, all English sources are selected. Therefore, the list of feeds just shows the most popular English feeds. For each feed, a flag denotes the country origin of the feed. We can also choose to only display articles from a particular country. Or we can change the language. For example, selecting Hindi and Spanish and deselecting English will update the list of feeds to only display the popular feeds that are in Hindi or Spanish. After returning to the map, we see that the label at the bottom of the map has been updated to display the currently selected languages. Clicking on this label will cycle through the selected sources, in this case the selected languages. Selecting a location will open the list of headlines for that location given the currently selected sources. A T appears when at least one headline is not in English. Selecting this button translates the headlines to English. Clicking on a headline displays the article as we've seen before, and also allows you to translate the article to English by clicking Translate Article. At any point, you can increase the text size by clicking the T+ button, or decrease it by clicking the T- button. I will now return to the map. To remove the source filter, simply select the X button for each source that you would like to cancel. I will remove all source filters. The button to the right of the Sources button that is labeled Twitter Stand allows for changing which mode you are in currently. The possible modes are Newsstand, Twitter Stand, Photo Stand, and Tweet Photo. Twitter Stand is similar to Newsstand with the exception that it extracts news articles from tweets instead of RSS feeds. Photo Stand displays the images extracted from Newsstand on the map, and a demo of Photo Stand on iOS can be found in the description of this video. Tweet Photo displays the images extracted from Twitter Stand on the map. The last button, Top Stories, on the bottom tab bar switches to the Top Stories view. The Top Stories view displays a list of the current top news clusters. Each row contains the topic, headline, the last update to the cluster, the domain of the representative article, and a brief description. There are also buttons to view the images, videos, and related stories for the news clusters if there are any. Selecting a news cluster updates the map to display the locations that NewsStand deemed relevant to the cluster. The slider on the map allows for updating the number of locations shown. As can be seen by this brief demonstration, NewsStand is a unique way to access news by location or by a more traditional list of news as was seen in top stories. Demonstration videos similar to this one can be found in the description of this video for the Android and Windows Phone apps, along with contact information. Thank you for your time.